It's Tuesday, November 7th. Happy Election Day and welcome to your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including a Norwalk shooting investigation and the latest on today's municipal elections. Now, Frank Granito will join us with a look at your forecast and a Nutmeg Sports update, and Donna Lang joins us later to take a look back on this day in history. But first, Norwalk police are investigating a shooting inside a bar Saturday morning. Now, on November 4th at 2:04 a.m., officers patrolling Wall Street were flagged down by an employee of Market Bistro and Bar at 64 Wall Street. The employee stated a female had been shot inside of the bar. Officers entered and found a 28-year-old woman suffering from a single gunshot wound to the torso. Now, according to witnesses, the suspect fled the scene after that assault. Responding officers searched the area, but however, the suspect was not found. Norwalk Hospital Emergency Medical Service transported the victim to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Detectives are asking anyone with information to contact them. Anonymous tips can be left at 203-854-3111. And in other news, Hearst, Connecticut media reports that the owner of an unlicensed daycare in Fairfield is facing 5 years in prison after she pleaded no contest Monday to killing a 4-month-old Shelton boy with an overdose of Benadryl. Carol Cardillo, who operated the unlicensed daycare out of her Edgewood Road home for 11 years, pleaded no contest to second-degree manslaughter for the March 22, 2016 death of Adam Siegel, who had only been in her care for 11 days. Superior Court Judge Robert Devlin told Cardillo that under a plea bargain, she faces 10 years suspended after she serves 5 years in prison, but he is going to allow her lawyer, Eugene Riccio, to argue for a lesser term when Cardillo is sentenced on January 25th. The plea game as jury selection was beginning for Cardillo's trial. And in New Canaan, 3 cars, all unlocked with keys inside, were stolen, and a 4th car was entered with nothing taken in the early morning hours over the weekend. Now, on Friday, November 4th, police received a complaint that a 2017 Mercedes and a 2017 Acura were both stolen from a home on Forest Street. The vehicles were left unlocked with their keys inside. The vehicles have since been recovered from Waterbury, police say. Now, on Saturday, November 5th, police responded to a complaint that a 2015 Infiniti was stolen from a home on Weed Street. The vehicle was also unlocked and had the keys inside. On Saturday, police also received a complaint that a 2009 Audi was entered on Old Kings Highway, but nothing was taken. Now, according to Police Chief Leon Krolikowski, these crimes are being committed by a suspected gang members from Waterbury. Many towns are experiencing similar crimes right now. And in other news, Bridgeport police recently released a photo of a suspect they say is connected to an armed robbery. Take a look. Police say that on September 29th, Nitka's Bar on Iranistan Avenue was robbed at gunpoint by the male in this photo. If you have any information on his identity, you're asked to call detectives at 203-581-5286. And a Connecticut police officer has been accused of tampering with a raffle and stealing a prize from an event held to raise money for a cancer center. Christopher Mazzayata was arrested Monday on charges including larceny in connection with the October theft. State police allege the off-duty Watertown officer tampered with raffle drawings at a police-sponsored charity golf tournament. They say he later stole a watch and a bracelet that were donated by a local jeweler. Police say he also took a cell phone that had video of him stealing the items. Watertown police said Friday an officer was placed on administrative leave over misconduct allegations, but did not identify that officer. Mazzayata was released on a promise to appear in court. It's unclear if he's being represented by an attorney at this time. And it is Election Day today, and before you head to the polls now through 8 p.m., all the information you need on your local candidates you can find at your HAN Network community news site. Now, our news sites are also posting regular updates today. The New Canaan Advertiser reports that so far over 1,633 New Canaan voters have gone to the polls as in the first 4 hours of today's elections, which is a 44% as many as voted during the entire 14 hours of voting in 2015. Now, the 1,600 represents 12% of eligible New Canaan voters. Now, our Darien Times reports that as of 9 a.m., 628 voters, or 4.8%, have turned out at the polls. In 2015, 3.7% had turnout by that time. Now, there's also still an opportunity to register to vote in the municipal election if you missed the October 31st deadline. On Election Day itself today, anyone who is eligible to register to vote may register so long as their registration is complete by 8 p.m. You can get more information at your town registrar's office. And of course, we are live tonight at 8 p.m. with Southwestern Connecticut election results and analysis. Be sure to join us for the most complete local information. All right, taking a turn now, going to throw it over to Frank Granito for a look at your forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. It's a little cooler out today. We're looking at temperatures in the low 50s, high 40s. A little bit of sunshine trying to fight through, but it's probably going to be mostly cloudy moving forward into the afternoon. We're staring down periods of rain later on this afternoon into this evening. Mostly cloudy skies overnight, a little bit of rain that should end around midnight. We'll see a low of 33 heading into tomorrow. Wednesday morning, we'll see partly sunny skies starting to break through. Those should carry on through the day. Similar conditions with temperatures in the low to mid 50s, wind gusts around 12 miles per hour, and then cooler again overnight, a low of 32, partly cloudy skies. Thursday, more sun and clouds mixed together, temperatures in the mid 50s one more time. Breezier out on Thursday, and we could see wind gusts reaching upwards of 30 miles per hour at points during the day. Partly cloudy overnight, a low of 35. We could see a shower or two in parts of the county heading into Friday morning. That's going to do it for this weather update. Let's go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. We're going to step out for a break. When we come back, Donald Eng will take a look back on this day in history. Frank has your Nutmeg Sports Update, and we have some more local news coming up after this.
Yeah, Dad.
Kyle, I need you to update the financial statements.
I took care of that yesterday, Dad.
Mac, I need you to get those deals approved.
They're all done, Mr. Miller.
Jeff, I need you to order lunch for the meeting. They can't do a thing without me.
Right now, lease a 2017 Sentra S for only $97 a month.
I'm never going to retire.
Bankwell combines the best personalized service with high-tech banking features for our customers' convenience. We pride ourselves on being a strong community partner. You don't settle for average in anything else you do. Why settle for an average bank? Don't just bank when you can bank well instead. Visit mybankwell.com for more. Manfredi New Canaan is celebrating 3 exceptional years selling Rolex watches and fine jewelry to the Fairfield County community. We appreciate all our loyal clients and look forward to welcoming and helping you discover the perfect gift to celebrate life's most important occasions.
At In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Registration is now open for our fitness training programs for high school athletes. The In Sports Performance Center is offering blast speed classes, athletic functional movement assessments, and both men's and women's elite speed and strength training. Our premier programs help bring athletes to the next level. Call 203-268-1214 for more information. Like and follow us on Facebook. At In Sports.
Welcome back to this November 7th edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and it's time to take a look back on this day in history with Donald Eng. Don.
Well, Kate, it was a magical moment in L.A. First, we go to 1811 during what was called Tecumseh's War. The Battle of Tippecanoe takes place in present-day Battleground, Indiana. Now, the day-long battle was a tactical draw. The Americans declared victory when it got dark and the natives dispersed. The battle did lead to the War of 1812 about 6 months later. Also, helped get William Henry Harrison, the so-called hero of Tippecanoe, elected president 29 years later. 1874, a cartoon by Thomas Nash in Harper's Weekly is considered to be one of the first important uses of the elephant as a symbol for the Republican Party. The cartoon was critical of the New York Herald. That's the herald there wearing, as the ass, that is the donkey, wearing the lion suit. The cartoon was critical of the New York Herald for backing Ulysses Grant for a third term. Other newspapers and political officials are running in fear of the Herald. The donkey, by the way, wearing a lion skin is not the Democratic Party. The Democrats are portrayed as the fox that is scurrying toward the abyss there, along with the elephant that is also lumbering in that direction. 1907, 110 years ago, 23-year-old Jesus Garcia, that's him there, second from the left, single-handedly saves the mining town of Nacazare when he notices a faulty firebox on a steam locomotive has ignited a freight car that is loaded with dynamite for the mine. Garcia jumps on the burning train, drives at 3.7 miles outside of the town of 5,000 before the train explodes. Miners say it rained gravel and metal fragments for several minutes. The town was subsequently renamed Nacazare de Garcia For his act of heroism, the American Red Cross posthumously names him a hero of humanity. Finally, now we go to 1991 in Los Angeles, California for this.
HIV virus, because I want people and young people to realize that they can practice safe sex. And, you know, sometimes you're a little naive about it and you think it could never happen to you. You only thought it could happen to, you know, other people and so on and on. And it has happened, but I'm going to deal with it, and my life will go on.
Of course, was Magic Johnson announcing that he is HIV positive and is retiring from basketball. Just 32, his treatments would be so successful that he attempted a comeback, which ended when other NBA stars, most notably Karl Malone, said they would refuse to play in any game where he was participating. Considered to have been a death sentence at the time, Magic is now involved in community activities, sports ownership, entertainment ventures, and many, many other interests. That is your look back in history for today, November 7th, and I'm Donald Ng.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Well, in other local news, Darien police arrested a 21-year-old New Haven man on charges of unlawful restraint and breach of peace on October 31st. Now, according to police, Devin Natividad physically blocked a coworker from leaving their workplace after she refused to give him a ride home, and he later took her car without permission. Now, the two had previously been dating, but had recently ended their relationship. Natividad reportedly became angry when the victim refused to give him a ride home. A manager at the establishment allegedly had to intervene to allow the victim to leave, but the suspect proceeded to follow her to her car and knocked a hat off her head, took her cell phone and broke it, and then took her purse and emptied the contents on the ground. Now, while the victim attempted to gather her belongings, Natividad began kicking her car. He allegedly struck the woman in the stomach and tried to wrestle her to the ground. He then took her purse again and began walking away down the post road. Well, the victim got into her car and followed him down the road, but when she got out to confront him, he allegedly got into the driver's seat and drove about half a mile down the post road before parking and leaving the scene on foot with the victim's keys. Now, the victim was found lying in the road near Thorndale Circle and Post Road, but denied medical attention. Darien police encountered Natividad at the intersection of Day Street and Post Road, and he was arrested. And in other news, Hearst, Connecticut media reports that in a vote of 18-2, the Bridgeport City Council authorized Mayor Joe Ganim to enter into a deal with local developer Howard Safan for the latter to transform the just vacated ballpark at the Harbor Yard into a warm weather concert amphitheater. Safan and partner concert promoting giant Live Nation have pledged to put Bridgeport on the concert map and bring a minimum of 20 major musical acts to town annually beginning in the spring of 2019. All of the debate had already occurred at the public meeting, according to the Connecticut Post, and just before Monday's council meeting, there were a few additional details hammered out last minute, but that was behind closed doors. And it was raining at 2 p.m. Sunday when Milford's annual Veterans Day Parade kicked off in downtown Milford. But people attended, not as many as most years, but still they came and huddled under umbrellas and shop awnings to stay dry as they saluted veterans. Well, former city historian Richard Platt, a veteran and former teacher, was the keynote speaker after the parade, and he talked about patriotism, highlighting today's protests that have football players kneeling during the national anthem. Now, Platt said it's right to respect the flag, but he said patriotism comes in other ways too. He said patriotism is alive and well, and he urged people to continue to pay attention to the injustices that led to football players kneeling in the first place. Take a listen to some of his comments.
Is alive and well. But let's also continue to participate in civic action, to be aware of the issues that face us, and to do something about them. We may find ourselves on different sides, but the dialogues and arguments that result are much better than inaction or indifference. Let's all work to make Milford, Connecticut, and the United States of America a better place. Thank you.
Thanks so much to Jill Deanne of the Milford Mirror for that video from the event. In other news, Ridgefield Little League is flipping the switch on a capital campaign to raise money for the creation of a lighted facility. Now, the announcement comes after RLL recently broke ground to begin the construction of a lighted field on a vacant piece of property located at Route 7 and Simpog Turnpike in southern Ridgefield. Now, the new field will be equipped with LED lights, an announcer's booth, a concession stand, and a storage room, and will have plenty of parking. Now, a lighted facility will allow for later practices and games, especially in the spring and fall seasons, which have seen an increase in enrollment. You can get more at theridgefieldpress.com. All right, we're going to throw it over to Frank Granito now for your Nutmeg Sports Update. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And of course, the FCX postseason came to an end over the weekend, but that didn't stop us from getting on the Class Double L train yesterday. Girls volleyball in action down in Stamford. The West Hill Vikings, number 14 in the bracket, hosting number 19 New Canaan. A rematch of the last game of the regular season, and it lived up to the hype again. For the second time in a row, New Canaan climbed back from a 2-1 deficit, defeating West Hill 3-2. They took the sets 25-22, 20-25, 15-25, then winning the last two games 25-17, 15-6. Let's look at the highlights from the Rams' victory.
It'll be Eno to serve. Here's Alsted on the far side. Great work at the net. Right back to her again. Oh, great dig. Alsted gets it to go. But now set point for the Rams.
Yeah, she didn't miss by much.
Long run for Thegoris. And now a free ball for New Canaan. It's Perino. Smart by West Hill right now, Kev. Force the Rams to make a mistake.
Yeah, they're playing well defensively, too.
Back to Perino again, trying to just drop one in at the net. Here's Jessica one more time! And the Rams take set number 1. That serve is out. And the Vikings take the set, 25-20. They're tied at 1, heading to the third. Caroline Inu will head for the service line. Alsted, we're going to the 5th.
1 point away here.
Perino serve. Alsted wants it. Still alive. For the win. They got it. 15-6 is the final. And the Rams have come back to stun the Vikings again.
So congratulations to New Canaan. That was their first victory in the state tournament since 2010. The Rams were one of 6 FCX schools who got a victory in the first round yesterday, including Greenwich, Trumbull, Danbury, Staples, and Stamford, the defending state champion. We'll have plenty more on that state tournament, plus all of the other state action from yesterday and football from this past weekend on Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock. Kevin Coleman and myself are back then. For now, though, we go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. We're going to step out for a break. When we come back, we'll recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
At Wild Birds Unlimited of Brookfield, get expert advice from our certified bird feeding specialists. We offer always fresh, clean seed that will be sure to attract birds to your home feeder. Experience our excellent customer service. Open 7 days a week. Visit us at 317 Federal Road, Brookfield.
Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Bay Star and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3866.
Whether you're looking for a great test prep program, tutoring to boost your grades, or a blast-off toward the college of your dreams, C2 Education is here to help. There is nothing one-size-fits-all about our programs. We offer customized tutoring and test prep for each student. Call us today at 203-423-3328.
At Rings End, we say it's time to re-love your home. Time to refresh and reinvigorate the way you live. And whether you're redoing something big or small, remember the letters RE stand for Rings End. We're the new model in home remodeling.
UK Gourmet is the largest specialty grocer in the area, featuring food from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Over 80 teas to choose from and a brilliant assortment of biscuits to go with them. Over 70 cheeses from grass-fed cows, which makes a smashing difference in taste. The creamiest chocolate you'll ever taste using no artificial colors or preservatives. So say hooray for UK Gourmet, 78 Stony Hill Road in Bethel, or visit ukgourmet.us.
Wow. Welcome back to this Tuesday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of the top stories we're following today. Norwalk police are investigating a shooting that happened inside a bar on Saturday morning. On November 4th at 2:04 a.m., officers patrolling Wall Street were flagged down by an employee of Market Bistro and Bar at 64 Wall Street. The employee stated that a female had been shot inside the bar. Officers entered and found a 28-year-old woman suffering from a single gunshot wound to the torso. Now, according to witnesses, the suspect fled the scene after the assault. Responding officers searched the area for the suspect, however, that person was not located. Norwalk Hospital Emergency Medical Service transported the victim to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Detectives are asking for anyone with information to contact them, and anonymous tips can be left at 203-854-3111. And Hearst, Connecticut media reports that the owner of an unlicensed daycare in Fairfield is facing 5 years in prison after she pleaded no contest Monday to killing a 4-month-old Shelton boy with an overdose of Benadryl. Carol Cardillo, who operated the unlicensed daycare out of her Edgewood Road home for 11 years, pleaded no contest to second-degree manslaughter for the March 22, 2016 death of Adam Siegel, who had only been in her care for 11 days. Superior Court Judge Robert Devlin told Cardillo that under a plea bargain, she faces 10 years suspended after she serves 5 years in prison, but he is going to allow her lawyer, Eugene Riccio, to argue for a lesser term when Cardillo is sentenced on January 25th. Now, the plea came as jury selection was beginning for Cardillo's trial. And in New Canaan, 3 cars, all unlocked with keys inside, were stolen, and a 4th car was entered with nothing stolen in the early morning hours over the weekend. First, on Friday, November 4th, police received a complaint that a 2017 Mercedes and a 2017 Acura were both stolen from a home on Forest Street. Now, the vehicles were left unlocked with the keys inside, and the vehicles have since been recovered from Waterbury. Now, on Saturday, November 5th, police responded to a complaint that a 2015 Infiniti was stolen from a home on Weed Street. This vehicle was also unlocked and had the keys inside. On Saturday, police also received a complaint that a 2009 Audi was entered on Old Kings Highway, but nothing was taken. Now, according to Police Chief Leon Krolikowski, these crimes are being committed by suspected gang members from Waterbury, and many towns are experiencing similar incidents. And in other news, Bridgeport police recently released a photo of a suspect they say is connected to an armed robbery. Police say that on September 29th, Nitka's Bar on Iranistan Avenue was robbed at gunpoint by the male in this photo. They're asking anyone with information on his identity to contact detectives at 203-581-5286. All right, we're going to throw it back over to Frank Granito now for one final look at your forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And again, some sunshine from this morning has moved on now. We're looking at partly cloudy skies for today. That's quickly going to turn into periods of rain starting in the next 90 minutes or so. Those showers on and off through about midnight tonight. We'll see temperatures in the low to mid 50s during the day, dropping all the way down to the low 30s overnight. Wednesday and Thursday moving forward, they're looking a lot similar. We're going to see partly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid to high 50s. Cooler conditions overnight, temperatures falling down into the 30s with partly cloudy skies. There is a chance Thursday night between midnight and that morning commute we could see a couple of passing showers in the county. Don't forget, I'm back this afternoon, 2 o'clock with Kevin Coleman. We'll get you caught up on a weekend of FCIAC postseason play, plus the start of the state championships. That's at 2 o'clock. Kate, back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Nutmeg Sports at 2, 12:30. The Drive with Denise is live in studio. Check it out. And, of course, 8 o'clock tonight, we are live with our election night coverage. We'll be covering races all around southwestern Connecticut, so be sure to tune in live at 8 o'clock tonight. All right, we're going to wrap things up here on your coffee break, but we'll see you tomorrow at 11 with the latest local news. Have a great day.